Hi, this is Wise Wolf with a message to encourage you to consider improving your food reserve storage. Inflation is here causing food and energy prices to rise with no end in sight. In this period of economic uncertainty, eFoods Global is making certain that hunger is no option. For a complete product list, go to booksmart.myefoods.com. Again, that's booksmart.myefoods.com. Try eFoods Global. It's the gold standard of food reserves. Welcome to the Wise Wolf Project. I'm your host, Wise Wolf. It is March 8th, 2011, Tuesday, about 3 minutes after the hour. And what I wanted to talk about, itching ears is the title of this. But itching ears basically means you want to hear something. And you want to hear something so bad. If you go and listen to my last video, my bishop talked about people having itching ears. So, you you want to hear good news so bad, even if they lying to you. Even if they lying to you. You don't care if it's the truth or not. You just want it to make you feel good. And whether you know it or not, I am adamantly in favor of gold and silver, adamantly and vehemently opposed to fiat paper, whether it comes in the form of a dollar, the loonie, the yuan, the yen, whatever. I am vehemently opposed to it, and I'll get to that maybe in a later video. But while I am vehemently opposed to fiat dollars, I do have a portion of my money, and a small portion, in stocks and derivatives. Specifically, with regards to this video, I am involved in options. And specifically, the option I am involved with was Bank of America. So I track Bank of America stock pretty much daily to make sure, look at how my options are going. Now, this morning when I took a look at what was happening, Bank of America stock was up, and it was up big time, like maybe about 2.5% earlier this morning. And I went back, and now it's almost double. It's like up 4 and almost 4.5% at this point. And so I'm like, well, something must be really going on at Bank of America for people to have that type of optimism. Now, bank stocks usually move up 10% in a year. 10% in a year. And this has already moved almost half that in one day. So that tells me that there is some excitement about it. And I just went looking, and thus I came across a Bloomberg article which states that Bank of America says its home loan business is in, quote, recovery mode, unquote. So I read, and I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Okay, so I read it, and Bank of America, the largest U.S. lender, said its residential mortgage business is in, quote unquote, recovery mode after contributing to a net loss last year and will be transitioning to business as usual in 2012. The stock advanced in early trading. Now, if you look at the timestamp on this, it's just about an hour before the market opens. That'll have a movement on markets. And whether you know it or not, usually the banking sector leads markets. If the banking sector is down, generally the market is down. If the banking sector is up, the market is up. Look and see what I'm talking about. Look and see what I tell you. That's true. And so you have to look at what do they mean by recovery mode and transitioning to business as usual. Well, business as usual got us into the predicament we're in now. Furthermore, they still have not gotten themselves detached from this MERS situation, the system that allowed companies like Bank of America to transfer title without actually going through the legality of filing proper paperwork. That whole mess has not been resolved. In fact, it's been going against them. Secondly, you have insurance companies and bond insurers like Ambac, which I'm still doing research on. Ambac was one of the major bond insurers that went bankrupt last November, and they are suing companies like JP Morgan and Bank of America because they said that they were defrauded into insuring quote unquote AAA assets, which were junk. So there's fraud involved. So exactly what I don't understand how individuals, and how computers, because now they're in the mix now, how they can be so gullible as to believe what the person, the CEO of the company, has to say when this company has shown no resolve in truth telling. It has shown the utmost antipathy toward legality. It has shown no remorse in the things it has done. I believe it was one of the companies that put family out of their home, and they own the mortgage. They didn't even have a mortgage. The house was paid for. And to have people come in and buy this stock when their earnings are lousy, at best they're lousy. When you have so much cloud hovering over these banking companies, and it makes you wonder, what kind of people are we dealing with that would put money into a company whose sole purpose is to suck its customer dry? I have no good things to say about the banking sector at all. At all. At all. And I heard somebody tell me that I was trying to tell them that how banks were, and they didn't want me to talk so bad about them, and told me that if because I had gotten, this was a few years ago, I had gotten an overdraft fee. Not because I didn't have the money in there, but because they sent something in that had a larger balance through before my other items went through, which meant that when those other items went through, they were quoted as overdraft. And so I think I ended up with like $400 of overdraft fees. I had the money in there if they had allowed the stuff to go in the way it had been paid for, the way I had bought it. But they sent one in that was more, and they do this to everybody. And they claim that they're doing you a favor. But they ain't doing you no favor. Not when I have to pay $400 out of my own pocket to pay them. And then the comment came back to me, well, if you had managed your account, then you won't have to worry about it. I told that person I managed to close my account. That's what I managed to do. Listen here. If they are going to steal from you, you don't have to have your money in a bank. You do not have to play their game. And you have all these people with itching ears willing to believe a lie, talking about they in recovery mode. How are they in recovery mode? How? We just had an article come out late last year, wasn't too many months ago, that said that the housing sector is worse than it was in the Great Depression, and is still falling, which has been confirmed by the Case-Shiller index. So what exactly are they talking about? Sure, you can play accounting games. Sure, you can have the FASB change requirements so that you don't have to put down the actual price tag of these loans and mortgages you have. Sure, you can have that, but that don't make you a good buy, especially not one that should go up 4% in a day. Itching ears. You want people to tell you something that make you feel good, even if they lying. And I'm telling you, this is a lie. And I don't care if Bank of America stock goes up 100% from where it is today. It's still a lie. And all lies come to an end. And they come to an end badly. That's my time. Remember, the invisible is more powerful than the visible. Think about it.